Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Derek Austin's Level Up Travel. You know I love to talk about points, miles, rewards, credit cards in general. Love to talk about cash back, love to talk about the programs, like the hotel programs, the airline programs, the credit card programs, and I love to talk about travel. Today I want to talk about a one-card setup. This is for you one-card kind of people, and also this is if you have a friend that's using a debit card and it's like, come on, dude, you gotta start finally using a credit card. And I'm gonna give you some reasons why they should be using a credit card. So I'm gonna play a little clip. It's actually a YouTube short. The speaker here is Frank Abagnale, and he was the character from the movie Catch Me If You Can. Leonardo DiCaprio played this guy. And the whole thing of this movie is that he was a guy that back in the 70s, he was fraudulently making these checks and basically charging millions of dollars to other people or other entities, do paychecks and stuff like that. So this person really knows about the value of this. He was definitely convicted of fraud, and then he was used by the FBI in the future to catch fraud, especially with the fraudulent checks. So he knows a thing or two about fraud. So this little video says it kind of
I don't own a debit card. I've never owned one. I've never allowed my 3 sons to possess one. Certainly and truly the worst financial tool ever given to the American consumer. So a long time ago, I asked myself a simple question: how would I remove 99.9% of my personal liability like that? Because I really don't want to worry about all these things. So I use the safest form of payment that exists on the face of the earth, and that is a credit card. Credit card. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover Card. Not debit credit, but credit card. Every day of my life, I spend their money. I don't spend my money. My money sits in a money market account. It earns interest. If I pay the bill in full or part of the bill, my credit score goes up. So I'm building credit while I'm using that credit card. If tomorrow someone gets my card number and charges $1 million on my credit card by federal law, my liability is zero. I have no liability.
All right.
I don't own a debit card. I've never owned one.
So he says a lot of great points about why you would always use a credit card. I don't agree you shouldn't have a debit card at all. I mean, sometimes you will need cash, right? But I guess you could get a ATM card, which would be a little bit different from a debit card. You can't make purchases in like the store. You can only just go get money. So that might be what he's talking about. But sometimes I think I need cash. So I do have some debit cards myself, but I never really use them unless I'm forced to make a purchase with them, like a place that doesn't accept credit cards, which is pretty rare. So I'm going to talk about some one card setups. And here's the thing. I had a friend that only used debit cards, and it got to the point where other people were like, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, yeah, no, eventually he's like, I'm finally ready. I'm gonna get a credit card. And he's like, I heard a couple 2% cards were good, and it all came down to actually that he was really using Fidelity a lot, likes to invest. So I ended up getting a 2% Fidelity credit card. It does have some nice perks like like rental car coverage, stuff like that. But of course it has those standard things like fraud protection and things like that that you need, and that's the real most important. But getting 2% rewards on a one card setup is pretty nice, especially when you're getting zero. So sometimes it can be a long road to convincing people. So I'm going to give you a couple. If you're that person that was really using debit or just, and thinking about, hey man, I just want to use one card for everything, I got a couple cards here for you. First, I'm going to go with, let's just say that you don't have great credit. I would lean towards, but not like terrible credit, right? I would lean towards getting a Quicksilver from Capital One. Now, this is a Visa or MasterCard. And that is very important in a one card setup. You need Visa or MasterCard. They're pretty much accepted everywhere compared to American Express not. I would say American Express I would not recommend on a one card setup for that reason, that they're not accepted everywhere, especially overseas, okay? The great thing about a Quicksilver is, yeah, it gets a standard 1.5% on everything, It's easy to get. You don't have to have a really great credit score. So if a person doesn't have a great credit score, this is a great card to get. It does have some nice perks like rental car coverage, no foreign transaction fees. If a person is like a semi-traveler, I think that would be a really good card for them. And all the standard stuff that cards would have. It also is a good start if you wanted to get them further along with a second card like the Saver One, or it'd be cash back. That would get a little elevated rewards in the future on groceries, eating out, and 10x on Uber, of course. Now they have that, and 3x also on entertainment. So it could also be graduating to other things. I think it would be a good card to introduce people, especially if they have some blemishes on their credit. Maybe this might be a person that had credit and is like scared that they're going to get back into that the bad stuff about credit cards. Maybe they got into credit card debt and stuff like that. So that is a good one. So another great one, there's a bunch. That Fidelity one that I was telling you about that my friend did, I think that was a very good choice. Also a PayPal MasterCard, really good one. So it's a MasterCard again, it has to be MasterCard or Visa in my opinion. This gets 2% on everything. The benefits really aren't very good, but they do get 3% on PayPal payments. So this is a lot of stuff online. And in fact, a lot of times you'll see that PayPal symbol that looks just like that on even credit card processors. And you can use it there and get 3% cash back. So that is a really good card. It fits the bill and it removes you from the purchase just a little bit, with all that fraud protections and all that stuff. So something does happen, you're protected with that credit card. It creates that barrier. Now here's if you are with Bank of America, a couple of cards I think would be a good one card option. It's the Cash Unlimited card, which is the gray one, and then the Travel Rewards card from Bank of America. So if they're a traveler, then the Travel Rewards card would be a great one. They both get 1.5% cash credit towards travel for the Travel Rewards card, and the other one is just purely cash back. Now, if they're already banking with Bank of America or Merrill Lynch, and they have a significant amount of money with them, they can get some really elevated rewards. And with the honors program, if they have 100,000 or more, that's the last one that gets really elevated rewards. You get 2.625 cash back or travel rewards. Okay, that is really, really amazing for a one card setup. So that would be my recommendation for people, and there's no annual fees. So really great cards for people for a one card setup. Other cards, so if they're a person that are really like talking about the travel rewards that you're getting, right? They're like, oh man, how are you affording these business class flights and stuff like that? Then you can probably go a little bit higher. This might not be for everybody, okay? So it's a lot of times this would be a big jump for a person that is going from debit, but I do really feel like Visa Infinite cards are fantastic and the best form of credit cards. So Venture X would be a great one. If they're a person that's looking for those rewards, they want to really get into it. The annual fee is $395, but you're getting $300 every year in statement credit if you book through a Capital One portal, and then $100 basically statement credit in the form of 10,000 Capital One miles that would cover the annual fee. So it really would be a zero annual fee, and you're getting Visa Infinite card benefits, and you can either do it as basically a cashback card or covering travel purchases, or you could use it to transfer out to partners. So that's really great. You also get, if they are a person that travels a lot, they can also get priority pass lounge access, which is great, and there's no foreign transaction fees. 2x on everything is pretty amazing. 10x on hotels that they book through the portal, and 5x on flights. This is a really, really great one card setup for people. Also Toro, You can get 10x. So it's a really, really incredible, and it's a Visa Infinite card. So there's so many protections on this card, including like 1 year extra warranty on extended warranty above the manufacturer. Things like that are fantastic. Also purchase protection up to $300. So if you make something for a $300 purchase, the vendor will not take it back. You can put a claim and do that. You also get cell phone protection, so it's a great card for that too. But there's so many protections that are on this card, which makes it just a fantastic card. And if you got someone that's more of like a techie person and they have access to U.S. banks, I would definitely recommend the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve. A $400 annual fee, but the way you can get the $325 travel credit is also a credit that you can get at restaurants, and the fact that you can get mobile wallet payments at a 3x rate on everything is incredible. It includes a lot of online stores that you get 3x by using Apple Pay or Samsung Pay, things like that. But there's so many stores that you could just walk into, use your Apple Pay with your phone, tap it, and then you will you'll get 3x. Everything else you get 1x, but that really is 1.5% statement credit, and that 3% is really a 4.5% statement credit. And there is a $75 effective annual fee, so you have $400 annual fee and $325 in easy, super easy credits to get. So you have $75 that you have to make up for. But with this card, since you make such high rewards on almost every purchase, it's amazing. Now, I will not, even though I love Visa Infinite cards, I will not go with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. There's too much of a gap of what the credits are and what the annual fee is on a Chase Sapphire Reserve. I think the Chase cards are really better for the entire ecosystem. You know, you have to have like the trifectas and stuff. That might just be a little too much for a person moving over into from debit cards to credit cards, right? So I think this card as a one card setup is definitely better. Again, it's such rewards, huge rewards. It's a Visa Infinite card, so your purchaser have extended warranties. If you travel, you have all those travel protections. Both of those cards, the Venture X and the Altitude Reserve, has primary rental car insurance. They both do have a priority pass. This is a weaker priority pass, only 4 visits for the U.S. Bank Altitude Reserve, but the earning is so incredible. You have all these travel protections and purchase protections and stuff that come with Visa Infinite cards. Anyone out there, if you just recently became a debit card, you were a debit card person, became a credit card person, what do you think about the video? What would you go with? If you've convinced one of your friends maybe to go from debit card to credit card, what did you convince? How did you convince them? And what card did you end up convincing them to go with? And do you think the card recommendations that I had were good? Put in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so every time I do come out with another video, you'll be the first to know. So that's it for me, guys, and have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.